What's going on, folks? I am Goat, and welcome back to a little Warframe special. As far as after dealing with the new weapons and the new Warframe Caliban for the last couple of weeks and playing around with builds and doing different things, like the weapon builds, there's no need to go over because, I mean, everybody has their own different way of doing things in regards to daggers and polearms and whips and things like that. Some people love whips, some people hate them, some people love daggers and hate them, and some people love polearms and some people hate them. And then also the Nefari bow, and then Caliban itself, which Caliban's what we're going to jump into first here. So here we are at the simulacrum. You can kind of see I was dicking around here a little. So, Caliban. I showed my initial build, and I have done polarization, so you don't have to. I actually have a spare Caliban that is unranked and unpolarized. But, Jesus Christ. If it would help if I did this. So, his first ability is stupid. You basically spin like a fucking sentient and you bump into shit, and then you can cast his second ability while using this. Oh boy. It's kind of fucking useless. So I subsumed it for Condemn, and we'll go into why I did that in a moment. Sentient Wrath. Now Sentient Wrath plays, it's like, okay, the first, second, and fourth abilities are all played off of basically, excuse me, Naira, Boreal, and Amar. Well, actually, I should take that back. Naira, Amar, and then Boreal. Okay, so the first ability is Naira, the second ability is Amar, which is the Rhino, you know, so we've got basically, you know, the spinning thing that the snake does, okay? So we've got that ability. Should come in and bump into you and shit like that. Wish my cat would shut the fuck up. You know what? Actually, I have a fix for that. Here. Cat, be quiet. Shut your cake hole for a minute. Thank you. So anyway, so the first ability is basically like Naira's ability. The second ability is the Rhino-based ability from Amar, and the the fourth ability is based off of Boreal, which does that big beam explosion thing. Now, this is the build that I've gone with. And yes, 6 fucking polarizations. Do I recommend that you do this at this time? Fuck no. No, I don't. They're working on the dog out there. So we're going to go over exactly why I did this. Brief respite, because overshields become a big non-factor at times if you're not careful. So brief respite energy, 150% of your energy is spent on your shields while overshields are inactive. Yes, the third ability and my subsumed first ability are meant to create overshields, but I mean to tell you, his survivability is a little interesting, to say the least. So yeah, but you'll notice that my build focuses on a bunch of ability strength and pretty damn decent duration. And the reason being is because as much as you would think that his abilities are based on range, they're kind of not. Like, the base range is actually really good. Base range being 30 fucking meters for the fourth ability. There's no range here just because the Conculus kind of go and do retarded things like they want to do. The base range, excuse me, for the Sentient Wrath, which is the Stomp ability. Why is there a cat making noise? He got put away. Anyway. This cat is so dumb. He shouldn't even be here. Anyway. The base range for the Stomp ability is 22 meters, but the duration, it plays just like Molecular Prime with Nova. So it really goes off of duration and range. So, but the base range isn't bad. And then Condemn obviously is exactly what it is. So it's whatever. Okay, so I've basically done, and by testing, adaptation really doesn't seem to do jack diddly shit with this, because it doesn't seem to work with the passive, because the passive is a 50% adaptation anyway. So it's just kind of dumb. Now, one initial problem that I found with Caliban is the fact that his casting speed sucks asshole. So, natural talent, first and foremost. Survivability, Umbral Vitality, stacked with Umbral Intensify to basically give you more strength and more fucking health. Duration, more ability strength. Energy max, and then one of the hybrid mods, more health plus more ability duration. Fuck right off. Let's not get staggered, so let's try to resist knockdown, plus, hey, you know, more ability strength. And then Arcane Grace, just because, again, survivability is an interesting fucking thing here. And then Arcane Energize, just because energy economy with Caliban is a little weird. It's not great. So, why is there a fucking cat? Like, why? Why? There is no cat. There is no fucking cat. Stop it. Like, let's put a cat on here. Let's just put a dumbass cat here. Something to help. Yes, carpet muncher. I know. It is what it is. You can see that I've got the Nadaruk, the Catabolist, and the Guando Prime on here because all three are murderous fucking weapons. But we're going to show you his abilities first. Okay, so we're max. And yes, we're going to do like level 150 because honestly, that's pressing it for Caliban. I may die, I may not, just kind of depends on how everything goes. The thing of it is that the third ability, I want you to understand, and yes, these are Grineer, level 150 Grineer. I've got some Nox, some Butcher, some Bombard, some Eximus, 5 Scorpions, 5 Scorch. I just wanted to kind of mix it up a little. Now, the thing of it is this. As interesting as Caliban looks, the Conculists are a little broken. They're kind of like fuck right off, and they just kind of go do what they do. And when they do that, they stop charging your fucking shields to keep you into overshields. And they don't build shields. They only build on top of your shields to give you overshields, which is why I personally chose Condemn. Now, you can do life-stealing abilities like Gloom. There's a few different things that you can fucking do here as far as that first ability. So whatever subsumable ability you find to be most appropriate, obviously is going to work for you. This is just my playstyle, okay? So here we go. So we do this, we do some stomping, do some immediate overshields. We can just go murderous with him. See, I mean, you guys can see, like, I'm all fucked up already. You're like, I'm probably gonna die. Take that. I'm gonna die, gonna die, gonna die. See, dead. I'm playing like an idiot too. Let's just be honest. So let's do this. Okay, so. See, the thing is crowd control. In Caliban, it's crowd control and armor strip. Because you can go into melee while they're sitting here floating like dumbasses. So like this asshole up here. Here, take a grenade. Fuck you. Okay, I don't know why that was a thing, but okay. Okay, so, any survivors. So let's do that again, except for me not being a retard. Because that's really what that was. That was me being an absolute dum-dum baby. Okay, so, do it again. So strip armor, stomp, pull some Conculus in. Fire away. Considering the shields are on a premium with this motherfucker because the Conculists are busy doing dumb shit. Now you notice that adaptation doesn't really work so well, right? 50% adaptation? It's not amazing. Yeah, be down, cat. Doesn't matter. Oh, that wasn't quite what I was trying to do, but alright. You still alive? Nope. You are. Bonk. Good night. Any survivors? No, no survivors. Okay, so that's Caliban. I mean, he's interesting. He needs work. Now, I did take notes to this, so I'm just going to simply read from my fucking notes here. So, Caliban as a whole isn't terrible, but he definitely needs work, okay? So first of all, just from what I've read and tested, like I said, using adaptation just does not seem to do anything, which is kind of unfortunate because a high adaptation build makes him much more survivable with his abilities, which would be great. So yeah, his passive basically just seems to overrun normal adaptation, so it is what it is. His first ability is just useless, so subsume something over the top of it, and you never hear me say that, but just subsume anything over the top of that motherfucker that you find useful. Life-stealing abilities, you know, overshield building abilities, things like that. That's really going to help you a lot. You know, or even crowd control abilities, something like Breach Surge from Wisp, that would work just fine too, because at least they can't come and hit you. You know, they're blinded and fucked up, and it helps you hurt them more. I think a second ability is decent, minus the fact that they put a fucking cap on it, dude. Like, why would you put an enemy cap on this? Seriously, look at his second ability. Even with everything that I've got built, he's capped at hitting max 36 enemies. Like, what? You try to run on the steel path, you're going to die. Like, that's a one-way ticket to, you know, setting an appointment with Jesus Christ himself. You're going to fucking die. So, I don't know why in the hell they would do that. His third ability is broken as fuck, and not in a good way. They are shield builders and allies, right? But they're not like shield ospreys or anything like that. They come in and they build over shields. They don't rebuild your shields. So if your shields go down, destination fuck till they recharge. Which is really stupid. But then if they go off attacking enemies and shit, like you see them doing in the little animation, they just stop building your fucking shields. They're like, ah, you'll be all right. So when they say repair shields, no, it repairs your over shields. That really should be put in the description so people have that better understanding before the gameplay. His fourth ability is good. Like, it's an armor stripper, but there's other frames that do that. But his fourth ability is good. But it's not amazing. And, like, this build here does not have streamline on it whatsoever. So his energy economy is trash because you have to use the shit out of that fucking shield strip to really kind of tear people up and hit them with the damage. Now, I mean, granted, blasting 11,250 damage at the focal point of the armor strip beams is okay. That's not bad, but it's 11,250 of blast damage, so it's not really truly amazing per se. And it's got a 10-meter reach, so it's not terrible. But again, you know, it kind of is what it is. But the debuff duration is like 24, almost 25 fucking seconds, and it's a 100% armor strip, so that's good. I'll at least give it that it is an armor strip. But are there frames that do it better? Yes. So the Nataruk. Okay, you can see I've got the Nataruk on Caliban just because I was dicking about. Honestly, this is a ridiculous build. It's not perfect, but it's a ridiculous build for me. Okay? Primary Merciless, Galvanized Chamber, Rhyme Rounds, Malignant Force, Prime Shred, Internal Bleeding. If you don't have Prime Shred, just put Shred in its place. Totally fine. Internal Bleeding, Hunter Munitions, Critical Delay, and Vital Sense. Holy Jesus Christ. Like, you almost don't even have to build for crit because the crit stats on this thing are already ridiculous, but we just want to make sure the crit stats are absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah. This is the build that I've gone with. It's got a good charge rate, a manageable charge rate. It's not too fast, too slow. I'm pretty bad about hitting that reticle mark anyway, so, but it's not terrible, but this thing is mean. Like, you just saw me shooting the shit out of people. The killer for me, I don't know why we're hearing creatures. Oh, my cat, yeah, that's right. The killer for me is these new weapons, aside from the Nataruk. The Nataruk, I think, is a home run all fucking day long, okay? I really do, but the Karum. The Karum is highly unfortunate. Like, I'm not even going to try to go meet Jesus Christ with this thing because that's what you're going to do. So the Karum. I'm trying to remember. There we go. That's a replacement combo ability. If that isn't the slowest fucking thing you've ever seen in your goddamn life, I don't know what is. This is a base star chart polearm all day long. Because if you jump into a crowd of enemies while you're stabbing the ground, before you can even electrify the ground, you're dead. It's just poof, good night, you're dead. It's not a terrible weapon. It's not amazing though. And it just comes down to you can't build enough stats to the son of a bitch to make it great. Is it good for base star chart usage? Yeah. Is it even good for arbitrations? As long as you're not doing like, you know, like endurance runs in arbitration. Yeah, sure. But is it good on steel path? No, not really. Not unless you're just trying to avoid using that ability or accidentally hitting that combo, which is, it's an unfortunate moment. So the Nefari, 2 daggers. Here's a big problem that I have with the Nefari. That is cool. A base heat proc, right? Neat. Totally neat. It's a neat little combo. And heat proc is never a bad thing, but here's the problem. They replaced the combination in the stance for these daggers with the one that gives a direct status slash proc. Why would you do that? You take away the best combo for daggers, which is really the only thing that makes daggers absolutely killer, in my opinion. You take away the slash proc, like the slash proc combo for like what you would normally see the Fang Prime do. Yeah, you can't do that with this. It's a breath weapon, and it's a slow functioning breath weapon. Like it's slash fire. So at least you're attacking enemies while doing this one. That's better than the polearm. They're good. They are. They're better than the Karam, in my opinion. They really are, but they're not stunningly amazing. And then you've got the now this is obviously on a fresh polarization, so no judgments on its rank. The Vertilac. Okay, so it's a whip. My opinion, one of the better whips if you have good aim. Guaranteed toxin proc, baby. What? The cool thing is, as you just saw, it goes through stuff. It doesn't go through like super thick shit, but it goes through stuff, and it fucks enemies up behind like small doorways and walls and shit like that. So it is very functional. In my opinion, out of the 3 melees, after fucking with these things, this is the better of the 3. But I mean, you gotta really do some crazy shit with them. Like, I'm sure somebody's got a video out there that's probably showing how amazing you could do with like level 4,000 enemies or some horse shit, which is fine. Me personally though, I have my specific likes and dislikes with weapons, and whips, in my opinion, have never been like truthfully amazing. So, like, I know at one point they were. I think it was the Atarax people talked about used to be really good as far as its slash procs, and then all of a sudden they nerfed them. But either way, I think the Vertilac is the better of the 3 weapons, just because at least it goes through shit. It has a guaranteed toxin proc, which is really fucking good. You know, I mean, that right there is great. Plus, its attack speed is pretty solid. I wouldn't recommend using this on Caliban because you'll fucking, again, set an appointment to go meet Jesus Christ himself. But they're all just kind of not amazingly great. Just my personal opinion. I don't think that they are amazingly great. Like, if you want a good polearm, go with the Guando Prime. No question about it. You want good daggers, go with the Fang Prime. If you want a good whip, God be with you on your venture. I don't know what to tell you. I could just be an idiot. I could die doing that. And I'm sorry if I look a little out of it. I just, I don't feel well today, so it is what it is. Where did my Stropha go? That's right, I gotta re-rank it. That's right. I was wondering to run the Stropha on here for more of a reach out and touch someone build, which is why I still have the Natarik on here. It's either the Natarik or like the Trumna or even the Bubonico. I thought about the Shidu, but the Shidu still just isn't my favorite out of the 2 arm cannons. But yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping above all hope. Okay, like I'm gonna look at my notes here just to make sure. Basic function of Caliban is CC with armor strip, and then we tried at saving your ass with over shield rebuilding, which doesn't work properly. I think if the Conculus weren't so AI, like they weren't trying to be like smartphones that aren't smartphones and just running off and leaving you hanging with no shields, if they actually built shields rather than repair shields that are already, like, your shields have to be up to max before they start building, and then all of a sudden they start building over shields, which is great, but I wish they would do more prior to. Just my personal opinion. So, and yeah, I'm shooting this like January 5th, so I mean, I'm literally shooting this like 21 days after the fucking quest, and like probably 20 days after I got the weapons. I've literally dicked around with this frame, dicked around with the weapons, and just honestly, for my playstyle, and again, you guys have seen my playstyle, it's a little rambunctious, a little stupid at times. So, but for my playstyle, like, can Caliban survive on the steel path? Yes, but you've got to really, really, really get him built right. And personally, I find that building for high strength and very good duration is the best way to go, because he's already got good range, But if you're going to sacrifice anything off of duration or strength, I would put Streamline on there. I would put something for energy efficiency on there, because he is horribly energy uneconomical. His energy economy is just horrible, because you just have to cast so much shit and everything costs so goddamn much to do it, at least with the good abilities. So just putting it out there. I mean, Caliban needs work. Let's just be honest. Caliban needs work. I think their choice of combination replacements for the Nefari is terrible. And I think that fourth, or that combo, that new combo for the Karum polearm stance, it is so ungodly slow. Like, you need to be at low star charge. I don't give a damn. I mean, unless you're running, like, you know, some stupid tanky build that's just, you know, you're not going to die. Moving that goddamn slow with a combo is dumb. So the Karum is broken in a bad way. The Nefari is good, but it could be better. And I think the Vertilac is the better of the three of the boss weapons, but the Nadaruk is fucking amazing. So out of all that new shit, the new hybrid mods are interesting. Still working with those. But out of everything in here, Caliban's a great base star chart frame. Even, you know, 40, maybe 50 waves into arbitration. But that's literally as far as I'd go with it. Like, you better be ready to do energizing dash or have energizing or energy drops with you. That's all I can say. He's not atrociously bad. He's not as horribly bad as Ureli is or was when she first came out, but he's not great. Like, he needs work. But I think he's got promise if they work with him. I really do. The Nadaruk, in my opinion, though, is the home run. Is the absolute home run of the quest shit. But that's it. Like, let's be honest. Like I said, I'm sure somebody's got videos of different builds specifically. My builds for daggers and for whips are lacking. I'm going to be honest. I'm actually still looking into, but it's what they take away from, which is what hurts my head. You know, it's what they take away from with the daggers and what they take away from and make so atrociously bad with the polearm, because polearms are my preferred melee. And God, dude, that Karum, that combo for the Karum, like, if you're going to use the Karum, build it and just stay the fuck away from that combo, because it's going to get you killed. And then I think they just put the Nefari's, you know, extra ability in the wrong spot. I think they replaced the wrong combo. So, just me. But that's where I'm at. Again, I mean, this is a 6 polarization build, and I'm going to tell you right now, I would honestly wait, because I went and refarmed Caliban again. So I farmed him 3 times now. I went and refarmed Caliban again, and I have a zero nugget sitting in my inventory waiting to see what they do with this frame. This is literally a test frame. 100%. I literally dumped 6 forma in just to see what I could do with what he is now, and you saw what he is now. I play reckless as hell, so yeah, I died a few times just being stupid. He's not terrible, but he needs work. I think that passive adaptation needs to be higher. I think the Conculus should be constantly building shields just because his survivability... Like, either the adaptation needs to be like the adaptation mod, which would be great, which would make him much more survivable. Or, like, maybe 60 or 70%, but then actually make the Conculus actually give you... always be fixing your shields, rather, you know, during their time duration on. So that way, if you do the incredibly stupid and forget to summon them, that's on you, not the Conculus. Instead of the Conculus just acting like drunks and running away for no fucking reason. And then take the fucking cap off of take the max target cap off of this goddamn Sentient Wrath ability. That is so stupid. That is so dumb. Why would you cap a fucking range and duration ability like that? Like, do you see them doing that to Molecular Prime? No. There's a reason. It's supposed to hit the whole fucking area during its duration and range. Why would you put a fucking max target in there? That is so dumb. So either way, he needs work, man. He needs work. He's a good base star chart frame. I can't say that enough. He's a very good base star chart frame. Aside from that, I think running him on Steel Path is going to be a may God be with you in your venture. So, so that being said, thanks very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. All right.